Greetings, friend. I am slowly learning how to get through DRS12 as smoothly as possible. Luckily, the spawn was not really that bad, only having two really bad bomber sectors and I guess technically three with the Hydra sector. I'm starting to think that it's guaranteed to find a Phoenix and bomber in the Hydra sector, which isn't that big of a deal, I suppose, but something to keep in mind. This is like the fifth time I've seen that happen out of the 5 times I've scanned a DRS12. So, this is the third run, of course. Um, and yeah, pretty light spawn. No bombers in the P12s, also no Hydras either in the P12s, so it's just these two storms, which is, I guess, the best out of the three possible outcomes. I guess there can be storms and Hydras and potential bombers in these P12s, so it's probably the best spawn possible, unless these storms are also optional, I'm not sure. Um, but yeah, really easy spawn, but the Serbs aren't really the issue normally. It's defending with these civilian ships and all that. I got the usual Alpha Wamp build I kind of gravitate towards. It does kind of trivialize a lot of the struggle in DRS, but I'm still learning, so it's fine. I guess it doesn't have any explosives, so it's something to think about. So the usual um, method, just using my Alpha Wamp immediately to knock out two usually tough sectors, but normally those are bomber sectors because they tend to be the most troublesome. Even though something like this I could get away with just EMPing on this asteroid, because my EMP lasts long enough to kill a bomber before it can shoot a rocket. But this is just a little easier, I suppose. And yeah. And sadly, there's no other really bad bomber sector, so even though I could have jumped in to knock out that Phoenix or deal damage to the Hydra with the second half of my Alpha Wamp on this ship, I just went for the lazy option. I don't need Alpha Wamp for a sector like this. You can just lure the Guardians to you and kill the bomber once you're done, the lone bomber, but oh well. And because there weren't that many other sectors to use my third Alpha Wamp, I decided to just weaken the carriers a little bit, just so when I come back a third time, I guess technically, into these planet sectors, they'll be, half dead for the most part. Couldn't stay long in this one because of the spawn here, although I guess I would have been okay to stay there, but it's fine. It's fine. So just to get some damage on the carrier, and then fall back and clear as much as I can while my alpha shield is cooling down so I can knock out the planets, of course. So sitting on some storms, knocking out a few, easy bombers, knocking out this sector, which, because the Phoenix shield isn't there, is not that bad. I can sort of clear all these signals and all that, and then pop the Phoenix, use my decoy to decoy the signals. This ship had full hull, so jump on the Hydra, and once my hull gets pretty low, or halfway down, I can teleport out of its range, use my repair drone to kill it. Also, that was a very close call. I don't know if you caught that. For some reason, I used my repair drone. I guess I was just being greedy, but this ship was like down to 1,000 hull when the Phoenix died, and instead of using my decoy drone, which is a guaranteed, shield that doesn't make it so I don't take any damage from these signals, I decided to use my repair drone to heal. But there were two signals that spawned on this side, so they were hitting me instead of my repair drone. So this ship almost died immediately. It would have been a silly way to go out, but I guess it would be a very Hades Star way to go out, you know. So yeah, just knocking out the entry sectors, got the bombers all cleared out. And usually around this time, my Alpha and WAMP are kind of off cooldown again. I wanted the ship to take the brunt of that because it had its decoy drone available. I guess this one did too, but it's about to use Alpha WAMP again. And for the most part, I think the method I want to go for, just for a bit of extra fun, is to use the second Alpha WAMP to clear out everything except for the carrier. That way I can potentially just kill the carrier without Alpha WAMP, make it a bit more fun that way. Sadly, the only wrench in that plan is that I spend so much time defending, making sure that the civilians are safe, that my Alpha and WAMP kind of cool down, again, before I even have a chance to, so I don't know, we'll see how things go, but yeah, the first two ships that use their Alpha WAMP use it again to clear out most of the sector. I did kind of latch onto this carrier more because it was halfway dead, but I didn't latch on hard enough, so still very much alive. And yeah, I was waiting for these ghosts because trying to get the ship over there, it was out of teleport range, so you know how it is. Third Alpha WAMP out, and at this point, I'm on defense, getting the civilians in, letting them load and all that. Yeah, so that's kind of what I want to go for. So it's just the carrier and a bunch of signals, which I should be able to just decoy out of the way to kill them all, and then keep the carrier on the outskirts of my weapon range so I can kill the signals without taking too much damage. That's the plan anyway. I'm not sure how that's going to work out. I mean, I did test it before, and it did work out decently well, like before everything spawns, but if there are bombers in the sector, which I guess there won't be, that can be a little troublesome. If there's a Hydra in the sector, which it can be, then I can't use my decoy drone, so I guess I can use EMP if I need to, the backup plan. So yeah, spread the ships out, make sure no ghosts are going to be walking into my civilian ships. Deal with these. Oh yeah, I did kind of miss these kind of crowded trash sectors, but even though I could clear this without a shield, I was being very, very defensive. I didn't want to use any of my modules to clear this out because of the ghost spawn that has 20 ghosts, the 20 times spawn. So I decided to just do a very an old tactic. Whoops, hang on. Right, now, as I was saying, a very old tactic back in the day to clear out these sort of super packed sectors. Just lure everything to one asteroid and just come back and EMP them all. And with my level of EMP and a mass battery, that pretty much clears the entire sector out if it's all in one asteroid like that. Pretty easy to deal with, even though it's a little, I guess, lazy. But lazy is kind of the way I'm taking this, because I'm also just letting my Alpha WAMP clear planet sectors instead of, digging in there, getting some hits in. I mean, I don't have a shield, so it's kind of warranted, I suppose. And here is another issue. Because the occasional 20 ghost spawn, I mean, for one, the timer is quicker, but two, it's on top of the other ghosts that spawn normally. means that I do have a lot of dodging and weaving to do. The annoying thing that every DRS player knows is to duck and weave for the first 5 minutes, because these things target, or at least they are heavily weighted towards your civilian ships. Had to move out of the way of that because, yeah, let them damage me and use my repair drone there. Kind of worked out, but yeah, I did have to do a lot of dodging, ducking and weaving around the ghosts and the interceptors that kept spawning on top of my civilian ships, which is annoying, but it's just how it is. And I guess you just get used to it at this point. And yeah, Alpha Lamp came back off cooldown. I saw that the spawns were taken care of, like, my civilian ships were safe, so I can come up here and deal with this. Had to pay attention to where the excuse me. Had to pay attention to where the carrier teleports. I guess the teleport on the carrier is a longer spool time than the player's teleport, which is nice. And yeah, knock out that sector because that's where I'm going to go next. And yeah, just EMP this lot here. No big deal. The 20 times ghost there, just... It's always scary to see that many ghosts coming towards you, and all you have is a decoy shield. I mean, I do use my alpha shield more and more, which, again, I do appreciate that DRS12 kind of makes me use these mods more, because while defending, I only use decoy, pretty much, and teleport. So, I guess it's nice to push more buttons around. A second off a lamp, because I had a second of breathing room, so knock out this sector right quick. Yeah, this sector here, they kept spawning right here. It's got the normal ghosts, and then I got this. Now, even though I am kind of a big fan of just using my stealth, like, I'm okay with letting my stealth pop every once in a while. The first two runs I've had of DRS12 that was kind of a mistake, because ghosts can sneak up on you way more. Twice as often, actually. Well, not twice, but a lot more. So, again, I'm playing it very safe by not using my stealth just to load artifacts quicker. Which, again, I've heard is not a good thing, because I've heard that there's more ghosts the longer you take, but again, I haven't really had that issue. And of course, as soon as I teleport away, the super spawn, the 20 times ghost spawn up here, with this 25-second gate spawn time instead of the usual 40. But luckily this ship happened to be available, so misclicked my repair drone, so I had to move down and use my decoy to not take too much hull damage. So yeah, and I'm trying to load again, and I'm pretty sure I was able to load this time. Yeah, so again, very defensive. I could be clearing this out now, but I got plenty of time. The ghosts aren't really bothering me too much, so yeah, that was okay. I think it was a normal spawn. It looked like a 20 times spawn, but I guess not. Okay, no, there's a 20 times spawn. Yeah, the 20 times spawn doesn't chain like the normal spawn gates. It seems that this only happens every 30 or 60 seconds. Like, the gate will appear every, I guess it'd be every 60 seconds, because it takes 25 to spawn, but it's not constant, I should say. It's just occasional. Maybe later on it does become constant, I don't know. But, yeah, sitting on the carrier, was able to use my alpha one to knock out that 20 times spawn, which is nice. Moved away here, finally loaded up. Had some space to do so. And yeah, it's pretty much that. I did use my stealth here because I just I was tired of ducking and weaving, so It's like, why not? I've got every sector cleared. I'm on top of things for the most part. Had some trouble loading, but no, that's about it really. Nothing much more from here, but yeah. So for the most part, getting the hang of this, I am kind of leaning heavily on my alpha WAMP, way more than I normally do. Because I would normally be using like just my EMP and my decoy drone to knock out a sector like this. Because it's a bit more fun that way. Alpha WAMP is just kind of an instant win button for most sectors, but yeah, once I get more comfortable, I'll start using, EMP and decoy to knock out filler sectors and all that. And I guess the 20 times ghosts don't spawn immediately. They kind of wait a while before they start showing up. But yeah, so I suppose that is all for now. Having a decent time. A bit more fun than I thought it would have in DRS12. I thought this was going to be very, just annoying. And I guess it kind of is, but it's not as bad as I initially thought. The extra ghosts, not as common as I thought they would be. So, in carriers, I'm kind of just letting Alpha WAMP deal with those for now. So, we'll see whenever I start killing them without my crutch. But yeah, so enough waffling, enough rambling. I shall see you around some other time. Ta-ta for now.